Today we're doing one of our 2 test plots. So the different seed brand. This is Pioneer that we're doing it with today. The other test plot will still be there tomorrow. And we're gonna get out after this pass and show you what we're doing and who's here helping us with this today. Christop's hand steering this because he doesn't have time to figure out how to just do an AV line without it controlling because the mapping turns the planner on, and
I didn't go out on the field.
He didn't do it.
I know you should be able to do it, but I have no idea. So we're gonna.
It's just our lack of experience.
Yes.
But it's fine. He's got markers for a reason. So today we're doing the test plot for Pioneer. Scott Walker and Hannah Brown are here with Bordeaux Brothers, and they are doing the Pioneer test plot. So they're just we're splitting the planner 6 and 6, and I'll maybe have them tell how many varieties, talk about what we're looking for.
14 or 15 varieties.
Yeah, 14 or 15 varieties, and we basically we're doing a plot between 92 days and 104 day for silage. I did not put any BMR in it.
That's okay.
Okay. So yeah, we just look at every variety, and we put a couple in there that are from last year or something that's proven, so we can see what the new ones look like. Kind of a check. Yeah.
You don't know what we plant ourselves if we're planting any of those for test plot? Oh, they're all new.
Most of them are probably new. You probably have a few of them.
Okay. I know we have a couple new bags that we're planting this year.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, all new, mostly new varieties, but we do put some checks in there just so we can see how the new stuff.
Yep.
And some of the stuff we don't even sell yet. Like this is the 4th year of testing in the field, so we look at it before it goes out to. There might be a few bags that we can sell, but mostly it's.
Is there anything specific you're looking for when it comes to the growing season? Like, are you checking throughout the season, or?
Yeah, we check it throughout the season. We'll look at emergence, or at least try to. Get out here and look and see how one comes up compared to the other, if it has early emergence or stress emergence. We'll come back out. We try to come back out 3 or 4 times a year at least. And then at harvest time, we have a set of scales that we can bring over, and we each variety take samples and send them in, and we look at starch, yield, moisture.
Yep.
Sometimes things, when you move them north or east, they react a little bit differently, so it's always good to kind of do a check.
On our sandier river bottom compared to someone's clay, or?
Yeah, Virgin's clay. Yeah.
So we got, what, he's done three passes now, so he's got 6 varieties in there so far, and we're just splitting it. Well, the other test plot will be over there of the other brand. They're gonna do from here over as far as we have for seed, and then whatever doesn't get covered with the test plots the next 2 days is gonna just get planted with our normal corn and fill out the field. But Christoph this year, he's going all the way down. Last year we cut it short. It was the first time we've ever done it. It's much easier this year. So
when we harvest it, if 6 rows fills a truck, which I'm guessing it probably would at this point, whatever makes it easiest for you. So
I think because we want to compare your guys's with the other brand, because we're doing a side by side same field. Christoph's going to cut the field right where it gets square.
Yep.
That's his plan. Yep. And that way it won't be at the same time harvesting probably, because everybody's different, but we can compare the numbers.
Yep. Yeah, it always makes it easier too when it's a square.
Exactly. So this is one of our nicest growing fields. It's right next to the road. It allows anyone to come and look at it throughout the year, and I did hear that people last year were stopping, so it helps.
Beautiful soil.
And then to keep it fair, the front of this field, you guys can see the stone. She's getting out of the picture. And the front of the field right there is just stony because it's right next to the road. So we said we're going to move the test plot up so it's equal with where the ground's good. So it's going to be equal that side. And then we might just slap some grass in right here for this year. That way it's not bare and growing weeds. And then we can just mow it with this grass.
Yeah, when we do these plots too, we use a vacuum system, so we try to do it as fast as possible, so it's not holding you guys up, and make it as painless as possible. And the same thing with the harvest.
So Christoph's lining it back up for the next pass. They're gonna pull up with their vacuums, suck out any seed that's left. Is marking the different varieties on the little sticks. Is it gonna stay like that for the season, or is it gonna be marked bigger? I don't
We're gonna stay there for the season. We're gonna
Well,
try
we'll
to.
put field signs up.
Okay, I didn't know how you guys were planning on that.
Yeah, if it's road frontage and
People could
like
see
if
it.
you had headlands here, we wouldn't put the signs up,
Yep.
obviously, but with being grass in front, yeah, it'll be beautiful.
Okay. So we'll have signs here, so anybody that's going by is more than welcome to stop and look at the plot and check it. Just don't disturb stuff, but I mean, most people should know that. And then there'll be signs here so people can tell what corn is what. And then they just suck out any of the remaining seed. You can see there's just barely a little bit in there. Just enough to make it to the end. And we'll throw it back in the test plot bags. And we're rolling. So last year we did this with our white planter. With doing the test plot, we definitely noticed a lot more than normal or before the really bad stingulation that we were having. And just the planter wasn't always planting how we wanted it to, and it would like to ridge. This thing is from day one noticeably better, like amazingly better. What were we getting, you think, for the other one for cover? Like 80 something?
Yeah.
This one's up at 98 to 99 for the most.
Just a lot.
It's just uncomparably better. Christoph's coming back. He's gonna just line up for the next pass. He'll pull up, we'll vacuum it out. He's already sorted out the next two varieties going in and making quick work of it. So it does slow us down a little bit with planting, but even from last year, the data that we get, it helps a lot with choosing next year's corn. And we learned a lot more about our planter than previous years, just because we took the time finally to just see how it's working. And that ended up making us changing our planting, because we didn't like the performance it was giving. When we were looking for the planter, we needed at least liquid fertilizer and the 2x2 fertilizer. We're gonna drive right over her stick. Because we do enough to where liquid fertilizer is just a must, because dry fertilizer, it's too much refilling. He's gonna drive over your stick, I'm gonna move it. We can put it back after.
So
Doesn't take much.
4 territory managers in New York and New England.
It just fills a little bit down into the hopper, and then
Lots of these, so
that'll be enough to make it to the end. It'll be basically be out,
Yeah.
and then it'll be good. So I think he has one more pass after this. On the last pass, we'll hop in with him. He's got his GPS arm out.
yeah.
We have some corn that's already popped out on the top field.
Yeah, it'll probably be, it may even be tasseled before we get
Okay.
it signed up, but
That's fine.
usually July is when we get, I haven't even worked signs yet, so I gotta remind me of that.
Yeah. You were telling me about like the new seeds. I don't know if you wanted to talk about some of the traits that you were just explaining to me.
Yeah, so the triple stack now has been chrome in the past. It's going to be Vorseed, which will have the Enlist herbicide on it,
Yeah.
as well as 6 above ground and 6 below ground traits. And then the above ground trait now will be Power Core Enlist. PCE will be on the abbreviation, and that will take over for the AM, the Acre Max products.
Okay.
It'll have 3 above ground traits plus the Enlist, Roundup, Liberty, and FOSS herbicide.
And the people that aren't farmers, because I have a lot of people that aren't that watch, what does about half of that mean for them?
So the traits are actually a bacterial in the ground that they've been able to put into the germplasm of the corn. And when a certain insect gets into it, so rootworm goes after the roots, it'll actually die.
Yep.
So it kills the insects that we don't want around. And the above ground, you know, western bean cutworm has been a big issue in some of the areas that I work in. They now have a trait that will take care of western bean cutworm. Our above ground traits on PowerCore and List, you know, corn borer, anything above ground, basically it'll help.
Yep. But you guys haven't figured out how to stop flooding though.
No. We do have an Aquamax variety, but
yeah,
it does better on drier ground. And actually, it will do good on wetter ground as well because it's got a bigger root mass.
Okay.
So we have noticed that, but
so,
yeah.
We're hoping this year we don't have that 2 feet of water sitting in this field, but it was a good test to see how the corn handled that.
Yeah.
And for the most part, it didn't Pioneer stuff, because a lot of this field is Pioneer. There was a couple chunks that had a good wave going through, but it wasn't knocked down like we thought it was going to be. We had more bear damage than we did actually corn getting knocked over.
We don't have anything for bears either.
No.
Yeah, the seed treatments now are pretty amazing, and the plant themselves. You know, we have corn now that'll be planted towards the end of April that will stay in the ground for 3 weeks and then still pop out for 3 or 4 weeks. So it's a lot more durable than the old varieties. The old seeds used to be, the seed treatments.
As I know, a couple years ago, we had corn out, Pioneer, that was out about this much, and we got a decent frost. It kind of hurt a leaf or two, but the corn bounced back and grew fine.
So that growing point was probably still below ground, and that's why.
Yep.
So it can burn everything on top of the ground, but as long as the growing point is still below ground. So, yeah. All right, I'm going to back up again.
Hopped in with Christoph. He's got one more pass. That one's going to be the full planter because it's the last bag they have. They went very quickly.
It went fast. They
made quick work of it. We ourselves also got better at it this year because we knew what we were doing. Last year we were learning. And then vacuum that stuff out, threw it in some bags, and
we had 3 vacuums going too.
Yeah. And
we'll head to Enosburg after finish that. So I said there's one little wet hole in there, the rest I can plant. So
that's good.
This is what, 14 acres? There's about 13 acres left I gotta do.
Yeah. So how many acres is this test plot gonna be up and down?
I don't know if I'll tell you.
Oh yeah, you're not covering. He's just, it's mapping, but it's not tallying everything. I guess if you went into the section that was total acres planted this year, and he actually knew what he had planted.
I should have checked.
If he would have checked before starting here.
470 acres done so far.
Yeah. So if he would have looked at that before starting this, we would have actually known.
So it means we still got quite a bit to plant.
Yeah. He was planted till 1:30 last night to get Richford done on the left side of the road. It was the whole right side's too wet, but we get done what we can and we move on to the next dry section. We're gonna end the video here.